Hey there music enthusiasts! Welcome back to Harmony and Heart's Lifestyle channel. Today we're diving into the captivating and tumultuous journey of one of the greatest soul singers of all time, Marvin Gaye. His life was a symphony of success, love and tragedy. So let's dive in. Born Marvin Pence Gaye Jr. on April 2, 1939 at Freedman's Hospital, Washington, D.C. to a preacher of an eccentric, strict Christian church which did not observe any holidays. Marvin began his singing career at the age of 3 in the church choir. Music was his escape from the harsh reality of his home life. His father was an alcoholic who would beat his 4 children on a daily basis over the most minor mistakes. This treatment probably influenced Marvin's resistance to regimentation and authority, a trait that affected much of his professional life. Gaye was the second oldest of the couple's 4 children. He had 2 sisters, Jean and Zeola, and 1 brother, Frankie Gaye. He also had 2 half-brothers, Michael Cooper, his mother's son from a previous relationship, and Antoine Carey Gaye, born as a result of his father's extramarital affairs. Gaye briefly attended Spingarn High School before transferring to Cardozo High School. At Cardozo, Gaye joined several doo-wop vocal groups, including the Dippers and the DC Tones. Gaye's relationship with his father worsened during his teenage years as his father would kick him out of the house often. In 1956, 17-year-old Gaye dropped out of high school to join the Air Force, but was discharged for his inability to follow instruction. He then began singing on the street corners with the doo-wop group called the Rainbows. His talent caught the attention of Harvey Fuqua, who would join Marvin Gaye with the Moonglows, a 5-part harmony group, in 1959. After the Moonglows broke up in 1960, Gaye relocated to Detroit with Fuqua, where he signed with Tri-Fi Records as a session musician, playing drums on several Tri-Fi releases. Gaye performed at Motown president Berry Gordy's house during the holiday season in December 1960. Impressed, Gordy sought Fuqua on his contract with Gaye. Fuqua agreed to sell part of his interest in his contract with Gaye. Shortly afterwards, Gaye signed with Motown subsidiary Tamla. When Gaye signed with Tamla, he pursued a career as a performer of jazz music and standards, having no desire to become an R&B performer. Before the release of his first single, Gaye started spelling his surname with added E, in the same way as did Sam Cooke. Author David Ritz wrote that Gaye did this to silence rumors of his sexuality and to put more distance between himself and his father. As Marvin Gaye's career started to form, so did his personal life. Marvin fell in love with Berry Gordy's sister Anna, who was 17 years his senior. They married shortly thereafter. At that point, Marvin's dream was to be the next Nat King Cole, singing smooth, romantic ballads. Though against Berry Gordy's plan, Marvin was given the opportunity to follow his dream. The opportunity, however, failed completely. With Marvin Gaye's stubborn personality in mind, Berry Gordy's brother wrote the song, "Stubborn Kind of Fellow," in 1962 for Marvin, which did well. In the same year, the singles, "Can I Get a Witness?" and "Ain't That Peculiar," also had some success. In addition to Gaye's rising popularity as a soloist, he began to gain commercial success as a duet partner with Motown artists Mary Wells, Kim Weston, Diana Ross, and Tammy Terrell. His greatest achievement with duets was shared with Tammy Terrell. They recorded such classics as "Ain't Number Mountain High Enough," 1967, and "Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing," 1968. Unfortunately, Tammy Terrell discovered that she had a brain tumor which would eventually cause her death in 1970. Her death, along with his crumbling marriage to Anna, shook Marvin violently. During this time, Norman Whitfield wrote the song, "Heard It Through the Grapevine," for Marvin. To Marvin, this song reflected the mental turmoil he was experiencing, and he sang the cut with more anguish and intensity than ever expressed before with his voice. The song climbed the charts to the #1 spot for 7 weeks. The success of this song allowed Marvin to produce and write his own songs. He and Stevie Wonder were the first Motown artists to have complete artistic control of their records. Unlike Wonder, Gaye rarely performed live and avoided TV exposure almost completely. Although his professional career was on the rise, his personal life was beginning to fall apart. With the loss of Tammy Terrell, which some say he never completely got over, his failing marriage with Anna and his growing social concerns, Marvin remained mostly secluded in 1970. During seclusion, he wrote the album, "What's Going On," released in 1971, which touched upon the social concerns of the era, including his views on Vietnam, poverty, racism, the environment, drug abuse and political corruption. Berry Gordy was reluctant to release "What's Going On" because he didn't understand the album and it seemed to go against much that Gordy stood for. The album, however, was a smash and reshaped African American popular music. In addition to his independence, Marvin Gaye also liked to shock and surprise people. He moved away from social concerns to more personal and sexual material, as evident with his single, "Let's Get It On," 1973. He continued to explore sexually charged content in 1976, which later influenced future artists such as Prince. Marvin spent most of the mid-1970s in divorce court with Anna. As a result of the proceedings, the court ordered Marvin to give all the royalties from his next album, Here, My Dear, in 1978 to his ex-wife. This album covered very personal material in their relationship with songs such as When Did You Stop Loving Me? Gaye later married Janice Hunter in October 1977. Gaye was the father of 3 children, Marvin III, Nona and Frankie. Marvin III was the biological son of first wife Anna's niece, Denise Gordy, who was 16 at the time of the birth. Nona and Frankie were born to Gaye's second wife Janice. At the time of his death, Gaye was survived by his 3 children, mother, father and 5 siblings. By the early 1980s, Gaye's second marriage was falling apart, his addiction to cocaine was growing and his tax liabilities worsened. After the couple officially divorced in February 1981, the pressure pushed Marvin to flee to Europe and rebuild himself. He returned to the US with the album, Midnight Love, which featured the hit, Sexual Healing, from 1982. The album was an attempt to resolve his personal problems, but unfortunately his mental demons raged on. Avoiding responsibilities, Gaye moved back in with his parents. In 1984, on the day before Marvin Gaye's 45th birthday, he and his father had a heated argument which ended when his father shot and killed him. In the early afternoon hours of April 1, 1984, Gaye intervened in a fight between his parents in the family house in the West Adams neighborhood of Western Heights in Los Angeles. He became involved in a physical altercation with his father, Marvin Gaye Sr., who shot Gaye twice, once in the chest, piercing his heart and then into Gaye's shoulder. The shooting took place in Gaye's bedroom at 12:38 p.m. The first shot proved fatal. Gaye was pronounced dead at 1:01 p.m. after his body arrived at California Hospital Medical Center, a day shy of his 45th birthday. After Gaye's funeral, his body was cremated at Forest Lawn Memorial Park, Hollywood Hills, and his ashes were scattered into the Pacific Ocean. Gaye Sr. was initially charged with first-degree murder, but the charges were reduced to voluntary manslaughter following a diagnosis of a brain tumor. He was given a suspended 6-year sentence and probation. He died at a nursing home in 1998. In 1987, Gaye was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, declaring that Gaye made a huge contribution to soul music in general and the Motown sound in particular. The page stated that Gaye possessed a classic R&B voice that was edged with grit yet tempered with sweetness. The page further states that Gaye projected an air of soulful authority driven by fervid conviction and heartbroken vulnerability. A year after his death, then Mayor of D.C., Marion Barry declared April 2nd as Marvin Gaye Jr. Memorial Scholarship Fund Day in the city. Since then, a non-profit organization has helped to organize annual Marvin Gaye Day celebrations in the city of Washington. And there you have it. The life of Marvin Gaye is a poignant reminder that even the brightest stars face their share of darkness. His music remains a timeless legacy, a testament to the power of soul and the human spirit. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more musical journeys. Until then, take care. Bye for now.